Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Put a Name on a Podcast channel. My name's Sean. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Newcastle versus Liverpool game that happened yesterday, Super Sunday. Newcastle lost 2-1 to Liverpool in the dying embers of the game. It was a very bitter pill to swallow, I must say. I've gave it a day. So obviously, on the back of watching it on Sunday, a lot of emotion involved. It was a tough watch at the end. It was a great comeback by Liverpool. Before recording anything like that, I've decided just to give myself today, rewatch the match and see if I can see it in a different point of view, in a different light, which there's some stuff I've picked up on and I can see some stuff in a different way. So I'm going to go through that today. So the first point I want to start on from the Liverpool Newcastle game yesterday was the first 5 minutes of it, because it started off so hectic. It's all around Trent Alexander-Arnold. Should he been sent off, or was he right to stay on the pitch? So it started where Gordon went through the back of him with a shoulder barge, which was a foul, but wasn't given by the referee. Trent Alexander-Arnold wasn't happy, and then when we went to get the ball to take the throw in, he's hoid the ball away, which has got himself a yellow card. In the eyes of the law, this day and age, it's always chopping and changing, but that's a yellow card. Not even 3 minutes later, Liverpool go on the attack and Dan Burn manages to recover the ball and gets it to Gordon, who bursts down the wing, and Trent Alexander-Arnold comes across and checks him, puts his arm across his shoulder face. Gordon goes down. I understand it's a massive decision at that time for the referee. It's not even 6 minutes into the game, and if he sends Trent off there, it's a very soft yellow card. But Tomiyasu for Arsenal got sent off for less just the week before, so it's a tough one. But it's a red card. The two yellows would make the red card, and he would get sent off. So, in my opinion, it is a red card, and he should have been sent off. Now, some of the other takes I've had from rewatching the game today, um, Nick Pope, it just doesn't look confident. He was coming out for corners, he was flapping at them, and he's usually so good at coming out and collecting balls from crosses. So he came out for two in the first half. He's flapped them nowhere near it. Obviously, him with the ball at his feet, it's just a nightmare. The ball was constantly going out of play. You can tell the difference where someone like Allison is calm and collected on the ball. He'll play a nice little chip ball to the fullback like Robertson. But Pope had maybe one or two moments like that, but for the most part, it just looks panicky. He was coming out and doing his sweeper job. I know obviously what happened last year when he's coming, he slipped and he's handled the ball, and that might be a factor in his mind, but he just didn't look very confident in the game, and it resulted in us losing possession a few times. So part of my first half analysis, let's say, I've went through the Trent Alexander-Arnold possible red card, which it wasn't given. Looked at Pope and how he was faring in the first half in terms of confidence, and you can tell he just wasn't right. Um, but I'd say in an 11v11 match, when everyone was on the pitch before Van Dijk got sent off, I think we were playing really well. I can understand when I'm watching it live, it's a massive game and emotion and nerves, and I thought it was quite close. But watching it back today, we weren't creating much, don't get us wrong, but it was just any time they had got a foot on the ball, their midfield three, we were just dispossessing them. They just weren't having any time on the ball. I thought Tonali was amazing. Bruno G, apart from his mistake, part of his mistake at the end, he was class. And Joe Linton probably was lucky not to get a yellow because he did make a few fouls, but he was just an enforcer and he was just bullying Slobozai at points. So really happy with how the midfield three played, especially in the first half. Um, there was parts where we were looking to play out of the back quick, which is good because Liverpool were trying to press at points. It was about 13th minute where nice one touch pass and came to Tonali, he whipped it down the wing. For it was Almiron, and I think it might have just went out of play, so it was unlucky. Just a final pass, which is the story of this game. It's just a final pass not there. Shaw was having good success, coming from centre back, progressing upwards with the pitch with the ball. And yeah, on about the 25th minute, Gordon got his goal via a Trent Alexander-Arnold mistake. So Salah's went to play the ball back to Trent, and Trent's touch is usually dynamite. Slipped under his foot. Gordon, sharp as anything. First touch kind of takes it away from goal. Second touch to getting back straight on goal. The third touch was obviously he shot under Alisson's leg, right foot finesse. Beautiful goal, calm and collected. And I would say Gordon was probably the best player on the pitch that day. Yesterday, he was fantastic, and we'll get to Eddie Howe and his substitutions later on. But really happy with how Gordon played, and compared to what everyone was saying last season, we've spent 45 million. He doesn't look up to it. He started off really well this season. Obviously had a class under 21 England tournament before the season started, so he just looked really sharp and on it. And I'm really happy for that. Now, after we went 1-0, not even probably 2-3 minutes later, that's when Virgil van Dijk got his red card. So again, it was Gordon on the left hand side, managed to cut in, and he played a lovely ball through to Isak, and Van Dijk has come through the side of Isak to get the ball. The referees blew and give a red card. So went to VAR. Some pundits like Carragher, who are Liverpool, are obviously going to say it's not a red card, but it's a red card. Isak's 1-on-1. Van Dijk's walloped him. He's come from the side to get the ball, and I think the referees have made the right decision. When he was going off the pitches, he's let his feelings be known to the refs. He's given a bit of abuse to the ref and the fourth official, so something may come of that, but no, it was a red card for me. Now, something else I noticed in the first half, our centre backs usually do like to play nice diagonal balls to the wingers. That wasn't coming off as well as it normally does. So I just think there was just a little bit of, it's not rust, but just nothing was hitting on the money yesterday as it normally would. I say we're not known for not finishing teams off. We're usually ruthless. Like say what we're like against Villa, we just didn't give them a chance. We're just goal after goal after goal. And that was missing yesterday, that killer edge. A lot of play came from Almiron in the first half. He had that lovely chance where he's hit it on the volley, and Alisson has made an absolutely unbelievable save off the bar. But a lot of chances did involve Almiron in the first half, but unfortunately it was where he's either overhit the pass, he doesn't have a right foot, so you know what he's going to do. He's never going to go past him, he's always going to cut back on his left. And that was kind of the moral of the story. Like, he was cutting back in, playing at the Trippier, but the crosses weren't going into the box. It was just kind of run down the right, cut back, play to Trippier, and we'll start again. And there was just nothing going into Isak or Wilson when they came on. That they had nothing to go off. Almiron, it's a weird one because on Twitter he's being made as kind of the scapegoat, and he was getting a lot of abuse yesterday, and I don't think it's entirely fair. If Almiron scored that goal that he hit on the volley, and then he made a lovely run in the second half where he took people on and hit the post, it would be an Almiron masterclass if he finished them. It's fine margins we're talking about. You know what you get from him. He's minute running, and he's got a good left foot on him, but it's the stuff he's not good at where we're falling short, because you can tell there's a quality gap. He doesn't have a right foot, and it makes him readable. And a lot of chances did flow through Almiron yesterday, and we weren't good enough, unfortunately, and we were made to pay by a very patient Liverpool team. So I'll just say, from a Liverpool perspective, just trying to watch their players again today, and more so their midfield, that's where I was really focusing on, because both teams weren't creating loads of chances. It was just a battle of who had the ball the most, and for the first half, even before the red card, it was all Newcastle. I would say McAllister looked way off the pace. He didn't look up for it. I would say Szoboszlai, he looked decent. He did a lot of running. I think he had to play a few different positions, especially when they went down to 10 men. So I was impressed with Szoboszlai. And that Endo, I didn't really have an opinion on him, to be fair. He didn't catch my eye that much. But no, I think Newcastle's midfield was very good yesterday. I think Bruno was good at coming and getting the ball short, playing off, taking pressure off the defence. I know at one point he did that lovely turn off the outside of his right foot, and I think it was McAllister who tried to drag him down, and he just burst through. He had a lot of good moments, and Tonali was great. He's a proper enforcer. He loves to drive forward with the ball. He's strong. I think a few of his passes in the final third do need a little bit of work. They were a bit sloppy yesterday, but I would say he was one of our best players on the pitch yesterday, hands down. So yeah, we went 1-0 into the half-time break against Liverpool with a man down in Liverpool for Van Dijk. In the second half, got off to a good start again. We were passing it around well, a good pace. Then a couple of minutes into the second half, Almiron had that big sitter. So Gordon came down the left against Trent. He just had him on toast all game. Honestly, Trent must have been sick of his life. And when the board went up for Gordon to come off, Trent must have been a relieved man because he was getting the piss took out of him the whole game. But yeah, Gordon went past Trent and played the ball through into the box, came to Almiron. It was bobbling a bit, but he's leant back and he's skied it, and it's a big chance. And it's stuff like that where people will be giving him the abuse because he needs to hit the target there. There's no excuse. Um, I would say about the 60th minute in, that's when Liverpool started to get a bit more of a foothold in the game. Where we were just giving away silly free kicks. We weren't holding up the ball as well. Yeah, but after that though, Gordon had his amazing solo run, so he ran down the left, again going past Trent, a couple of players, got the edge of the box and he went to shoot. It has hit his left foot before he shot with his right and it has just went wide. But this was like a minute or two before he got took off and he still looked really good, really sharp. And he was comfortably our best player yesterday. He looked so dangerous and Trent just didn't have an answer for him. And then that's when it comes to the substitutions. So I know Liverpool were having a couple of chances, getting a couple of corners off the bounce, and I don't know if Eddie Howe was kind of saying, right, they're starting to get a bit of a foothold in the game. Let's refresh the midfield and the wings. Let's get more of a control on the game. But it didn't work, unfortunately. He brought off Gordon, who was our best player, and he brought off Tonali, who was playing very well, and he brought on Longstaff. He brought on Wilson for Isak, but Isak didn't had any say in the game. Really, he was really quiet. But he brought on Barnes for Gordon. Barnes, he wasn't able to do anything. He couldn't even get past Trent. There was one time where he got played in, and he should have played the first time with his left across to Wilson. And he didn't. He got caught in two minds, and I think he's tried to shoot on his right, and it took a deflection, and nothing's came of it. So that was a big chance missed there. Um, then Liverpool had a chance with Salah. Salah got played in behind, and it was amazing defending by Sven Botman, who played very well until he went off injured, which is a big worry. So hopefully it's not too serious. He got across, blocked the shot. So like Nick Pope didn't really have much to do apart from the shots, but we'll get to that. Yeah, and then after that, like I say, we had Miggy who made that brilliant run and he ended up hitting the post. Um, and then we'll get to the bad part for us Newcastle fans about the 81st minute. So it was a jammy goal. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's managed to hit Botman on like his hand, his arse, and his ankle, and fought the Darwin Núñez. Don't get us wrong, the finish was absolutely brilliant. He smashed it into the bottom left corner. Pope didn't have a chance, but just the way it felt him, just felt really hard done by him. Felt bad for Botman because he had a really good game. There's nothing much you can do to that. And from that 81st minute, we just crumbled. The pressure you could just feel watching it. What I was watching it on TV, you could feel the nerves from the stadium. I know I was shitting myself, and Liverpool have been there before. That they've done the stance many a times, and we're quite new to this, so the pressure's inevitably got to us. Botman's went down injured, so we've had to bring on Matty Target to go left back. Sven Botman's went off. Dan Burns filled in centre back, and you can just tell the quality difference straight away for that winner that scored. So I don't know what Bruno was doing in the middle of the park. He's tried to play like a Travella pass, and it's hit Harvey Elliott and fell to Salah, and Salah's took a couple of touches. And first off, Matty Target's just standing like a lemon in no man's land. He doesn't go to close him down. He doesn't try to cut the pass off. He's just stood there doing nout. Salah plays the ball through. Dan Burn, the defensive line's all over the shop, but Dan Burn I don't know what he does. He just doesn't react. He's just so slow to react. He needs to step up, play Darwin offside, and that doesn't happen. But he's just so late in reacting. So Darwin Núñez is onside, gets played through, and again another lovely finish, and that's all she wrote. Really big bitter pill to swallow, and it was a humbling, if I'm being honest. A lot of shit going on Twitter. Obviously, you've got Jason Tyndall doing the shushing thing to Klopp. I know the one that Klopp's done back to him it was come out as a fake, but all this kind of stuff. It was a humbling yesterday. But there's a lot of positives to take from the game, in my opinion. At the time, there wasn't because I was just furious of how it's ended. But we didn't play bad. If you told me what we got took over and we were near the bottom of the league in December 2021. Scoring a year and a half from that, and we're the favourites against Liverpool in 11v11. We were the dominant team. I would bite your hand off all day. I said we're going in the right direction. Yes, we've got a few steps to take and a few more players to get rid of and bring in better quality. But we're on the up and up. Do you know what I mean? We've got Champions League to look forward to. It's going to be a long season with a lot of games, and Eddie Howe's probably going to look at this and say, yeah, probably messed up the substitutions, but he's still a young manager. It's a learning curve, and I'm sure he'll bounce back from it. But overall, I thought Bruno, Gordon, Tonali, Botman, I think they played brilliant. Really unfortunate about obviously Botman injury and Bruno's pass at the end. I don't know what he was doing, but overall he had a good game. Gordon was mint. Like I say, Eddie Howe, think his substitutions were poor, but it's something to learn from. Just the final passes, they were just sloppy and avoidable. We could have done a lot better than we did. From a Liverpool's perspective, I don't want to all be Newcastle, even though I'm a Newcastle reaction channel. Alisson just proves why he's the best goalkeeper in the world. He's just so calm on the ball. He saves Liverpool time and time again when they need him, and Liverpool fans must feel so confident having him in goal. They defended really well. They dropped deep and they played nice and compact. Didn't really give us any chances. We dominated the ball for 90% of the game, but Joe Gomez came on, he played really well. They ran the socks off, showed the heart and the desire that everyone has come to expect of Liverpool, and they got branded the mentality monsters, and that showed yesterday why they are. Hung on as long as they could. Klopp's made two great substitutions, players that can change the game in an instant, and Darwin Núñez has shown up for Liverpool, and this could be what kicks his Liverpool career on. From a Newcastle point of view, I know Twitter was bouncing with a lot of negativity and disappointment yesterday, which is understandable. We were having the man advantage, winning for 90% of the game, then we've crumbled and lost 2-1. But there's no need to panic. We've had 3 very hard games to start the season, and we've got another one coming up in Brighton away next weekend. The four hard games, no one's had a harder start than us. We turned Villa inside out. We went to the Etihad, which is the hardest game probably in world football, and lost 1-0, and we didn't give a bad account of ourselves. We could have played better, but it could have been a lot worse compared to what it's been last season. And we played well. Looking back at it yesterday and rewatching, we did play well. It was just the final third that we need to improve on. But we will. Do you know what I mean? Brighton, I'm looking forward to the Brighton game next season. It's going to be a good test. I know they've just lost to West Ham. They'll be looking to probably bounce back from that, so it might be a really good game. Probably's got a draw written all over it, and then we'll go into the international break. But I'm looking forward to it, just getting back on the horse. There's nothing we can do. It depends how you want to look at yesterday. You can look at it as a glass half full or a glass half empty. And after rewatching it, I think there's a lot of positives to take from it. So yeah, that was my reaction for the Newcastle versus Liverpool game. A lot of positives to take from it, a few negatives to take from it, but that's football for you. I'm sure we'll bounce back and Eddie Howe will get it right next game. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you agree with my opinions, if you think I'm wrong. Really like to hear any feedback that you've got. Until the next video though, I'll see you later.